at? Where we at? Great morning, y'all. Great morning, great morning, great morning, great people. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to A Word in the Wilderness. I hope y'all are doing well and that today is going fantastic for you. Y'all know I'm trying something different, okay? I'm trying something different this morning. Normally we do a word in the wilderness in the evening time, but I wanted to try it in the daytime, and then we gonna follow it up with this morning's message and see what Spirit Nim want to talk about. Okay, so we doing a word in the wilderness, y'all. We are on Exodus 15 and 16 today. Um, Child, look, the Israelites Nim just came through the Red Sea. Of course, all the Egyptians are now gone to glory, okay, because they didn't want to listen. Child, they didn't want to listen. They did not want to listen. So Padre God had a big flex on them. Okay, he like, what? I know, child. Look, I don't be wanting to mess with daddy, child. I ain't got time to play around with him. So the Egyptians named Pharaoh named child, that heart Pharaoh had, I just don't even know. But anyway, we are talking about Exodus chapters 15 and 16 today. I hope y'all have had a fantastic weekend. I hope your week started off great. This is new for me. I wanted to see how it's gonna feel, y'all, how it's gonna go if I come on live in the mornings and do because I'm going to do this morning's message regardless. We'll do this right after we get done with chapters 15 and 16. We're talking about a song of deliverance and manna and quail from heaven. Won't the Lord provide and will all the time? Okay, so we're going through Exodus chapter 15 and 16 this morning, and then we're going to follow that up with a word from Spirit Nim. Okay, so I'm gonna tap in and see what we got in the cards, what the message is for this morning, what we need to know. Okay, so all let's do it. I'm still trying to figure out the times, y'all. I'm still trying to figure out the timing for what time I want to do this. I was just like, let me go ahead since it was right at 9 o'clock. I said, let me just go ahead and start for today and see how I felt about 9 o'clock. So it's like time trials, time to go to trial. Not Mr. Biggs in the not in the oh, okay, not Mr. Big. Talking about the not that kind. Okay, I'm back. Not that kind. Let me just tell you right now. Okay, welcome. If you are new, welcome to the community. We are so happy and so grateful that you are here. But let me tell you something right now. Okay. If you're looking for a regular schmegular old Bible study, this ain't that. Okay. We do things a little different on this side of the street. Okay. So if you got some religiosity in your spirituals, we ain't here for that. Okay, we is here to discuss the word, the Lord, and build relationship, and that's it. Okay, so I be having to tell folks because sometimes I know, but if I don't tell them, then they're not gonna know when they hear me say something that be cray crayness. They're gonna be like, wait, she reading the word, and is Patrick? I know my heart. Okay, he know my heart, so he know how I do. So I just need to be telling the new people now because sometimes in the morning time, or sometimes if you knew you being tapped in over here and you don't have no understanding. All to do it, let's get to it. Exodus 15, a song of deliverance, a song of deliverance. Okay, so of course, like I said, they did that. Father God told them to come in, thank you, Lord, and give and let the firstborn, like they have to dedicate all their firstborn children, as well as the sheep, even the little sheep nim, the everybody, the first offspring to be born of both humans and animals belong to the Lord. So we went through that. Padre God took them through a wilderness detour, okay, in Israel. When he was taking them out, he didn't take them straight to the Red Sea. He took them all kinds of ways just in case, because he said, child, if they go straight, then they was going to have to fight, and he didn't want them to have to do that. So then the Egyptians pursued Israel, of course, and then Moses told the people, don't be afraid, just stand still and watch the Lord rescue you today. I'm telling you right now, Padre God is he finna get ready to rescue some folks, okay, myself included. Receive it, okay? So he finna get ready to rescue the Israelites. Moses gonna part the Red Sea, and now they on the other side, okay? They on the other side, and so they finna sing a song of what? Deliverance, because they have been what? Rescued. Okay, so all to do it, let's get to it. Exodus 15 what's this in 16? And so, yeah, we're gonna do 16 as well. And so then we'll get a message from Spirit them. Oh, let's do it. A song of deliverance. Then Moses and the people of Israel sang this song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has hurled both horse and rider into the sea. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has given me victory. This is my God, and I will praise him and will and do. Okay. My Father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a warrior. Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and army he has hurled into the sea. The finest of Pharaoh's officers are drowned in the Red Sea. I'm talking about took all of them out. How many of them was? 600. The deep waters gushed over them. They sank to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, O Lord, is glorious in power. Your right hand, O Lord, smashes the enemy. In the greatness of your majesty, you overthrow those who rise against you. You unleash your blazing fury, it consumes them like straw. At the blast of your breath, the waters piled up. The surging waters stood straight like a wall. In the heart of the sea, the deep waters became hard. The enemy boasted, I will chase them and catch up with them. I will plunder them and consume them. I will flash my sword. My powerful hand will destroy them. But you blew with your breath, and the sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you among the gods, O Lord, glorious in holiness, awesome in splendor, performing great wonders? You raised your right hand, and the earth swallowed our enemies. With your unfailing love, you lead the people you have redeemed. In your might, you guide them to your sacred home. The peoples hear and tremble. Anguish grips those who live in Philistia. The leaders of Edom are terrified. The nobles of Moab tremble. All who live in Canaan melt away. Terror and dread fall upon them. The power of your arm makes them lifeless as stone until your people pass by, O Lord, until the people you purchased pass by. You will bring them back. Wait, you will bring them in and plant them on your own mountain, the place, O Lord, reserved for your own dwelling, the sanctuary, O Lord, that your hands have established. The Lord will reign forever and ever. Okay. When Pharaoh's horses, chariots, and charioteers rushed into the sea, the Lord brought the water crashing down on them. But the people of Israel had walked through the middle of the sea on dry ground. Then Miriam the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a tambourine and led all the women as they played their tambourines and danced. And Miriam sang this song. Message. Y'all, y'all are so foolish. Sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has hurled both horse and rider into the sea. Child, they start talking about, good morning, cherry cake. Like the here go. Look, I'ma sing my song. You better sing it. Y'all better sing it, child. Because I'm talking about, first of all, the Lord then delivered y'all. Y'all wealthy. Y'all done stripped the Egyptians of their wealth. So not only are you you no longer free, but now you also been, they done stripped you of, like you got all their resources, and you didn't walk through, and all of them then went to glory, Lord. You better be, look, bitter water at Mara. Uh-oh. I don't remember this story, y'all. If you knew, welcome. Let me just told y'all. It'd be like I'm reading the word for the first time. I ain't lying. Like I even though I have read the book of Exodus, this is like me reading the first time. Okay, message. Just saying. Okay, well, come on, no transaction fee. We received that. Look, that's talking about my Clarity Tarot and Oracle cards. You can purchase those on Etsy, and also on the in my YouTube shop. I'm gonna have to go back and read that. Shout out Etsy. Bitter water at Mara. Then Moses led the people of Israel away from the Red Sea, and they moved out into the desert of Shur. They traveled in this desert for 3 days without finding any water. It's a lot of 3 days in this thing. I'm talking about 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, 3 days hence, 3 days from now. When they came to the oasis of Mara, the water was too bitter to drink. So they called the place Mara, which means bitter. Then the people complained. Here we go. Y'all, who are these Israelites? These Israelites. I know we the new generation. We be like that too, but I'm just saying, Then the people complained and turned against Moses. What are we going to drink? They demanded. So Moses cried out to the Lord for help, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. Moses threw it into the water, and this made the water good to drink. It was there at Marah that the Lord set before them the following decree as a standard to test their faithfulness to him. He said, if you will listen carefully to the voice of the Lord your God and do what is right in his sight, obeying his commands and keeping all his decrees, then I will not make you suffer any of the diseases I sent on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. After leaving Mara, the Israelites traveled. So all we got to do is listen and obey. Hey, dearest one, good morning. All we got to do is listen and obey. That's it. Sound easy though, don't it? How many times I know that I was just saying sometimes I might be a little disobedient in this, but I be getting myself back into get my spirituals in order. But I was just saying, anyway, y'all be disobedient sometimes. I do, but then he get me right, and then I be like, I'm sorry, Daddy. Well, you be forgiving me though. So thank you. I appreciate you. Love you with my whole heart. After leaving Mara, the Israelites traveled on to the oasis of Elim, where they found 12 springs and 70 palm trees. They camped there beside the water. The 12 tribes of Joseph of the 12 tribes, and then there was 70, wasn't it 70 people them that went to Egypt? Jacob family, yep, and his 12. I'm telling you, them numbers 312 and 70. Let's talk about this manna. Now, let me tell y'all, I have a personal relationship with manna and quail from heaven because as I've been in here in my own wilderness season, when I tell you the Lord will provide, he will provide. He will provide manna and quail all the time. He will do it. Okay. So let's talk about it. Manna and quail from heaven. Look at these resources. Now he done threw a piece of wood into the water that cleansed it, and now they can drink manna and quail from heaven. What is it? We finna find out. Then the whole community of Israel set out from Elim and journeyed into the wilderness of Sin. Child, we already know. What who do it though? We already know it's gonna be bad. It's called sin. I'm just saying. You already know somebody finna sin if that's the name of it. I was just saying between Elim and Mount Sinai. They arrived there on the 15th day of the second month, 1 month after leaving the land of Egypt. There too, the whole community of Israel complained about Moses and Aaron. So everywhere we go, we got a complaint. Everywhere we go, we got something to say. They keep on turning against Moses and Aaron, and all they doing is doing what the Lord had told them to do. Now, how uno momento, spirit them, ancestor them, Israelites them. Y'all was just singing the song of deliverance. That didn't last long. Y'all sure must not have sang long. It was just that one night. Y'all just started cutting up. You then just the you then got out the water good from walking through the Red Sea, and y'all done back complaint. Y'all done complained 2 times in 2 paragraphs. Child, listen, these little I don't be that bad, Dad. I don't be that bad. And can't nobody, I don't be that bad, y'all, when I be complaining. If only the Lord had killed us, y'all some. If only the Lord had killed us back in Egypt, they moaned. There we sat around pots filled with meat and ate all the bread we wanted. But now you have brought us into this wilderness to starve us all to death. So now you ain't happy no more. You was just singing the song of being delivered. The Lord is a warrior. Yahweh is his name. Okay. Now you talking about you would rather go back. That I think I had that experience this morning, didn't it? Ain't nobody going back. Then the Lord said to Moses, look, I'm going to rain down food from heaven for you. Each day, the people can go out and pick up as much food as they need for that day. I will test them. Okay, then the Lord said to Moses, look, I'm going to rain down food from heaven for you. Each day, the people can go out and pick up as much food as they need for that day. Okay, for that day. I will test them in this to see whether or not they will follow my instructions. On the 6th day, They will gather food, and when they prepare it, there will be twice as much as usual. So Moses and Aaron said to all the people of Israel, by evening, you will realize it was the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt. In the morning, you will see the glory of the Lord because he has heard your complaints, which are against him, not us. We ain't do it. Y'all complaining about us. We just doing what the Lord has said. Y'all griping and complaining against the Lord. Now what you got to say? What have we done that you should complain about us? Then told you. Then Moses added, the Lord will give you meat to eat in the evening and bread to satisfy you in the morning, for he has heard all your complaints against him. What have we done? Yes, your complaints are against the Lord, not us. Then Moses said to Aaron, announce this to the entire community of Israel. Present yourselves before the Lord, for he has heard your complaining. And as Aaron spoke to the whole community of Israel, they looked out toward the wilderness. There they could see the awesome glory of the Lord in the cloud. Then the Lord said to Moses, I have heard the Israelites' complaints. Now tell them, in the evening you will have meat to eat, and in the morning you will have all the bread you want. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God. That evening, vast numbers of quail flew in and covered the camp. And the next morning, the area around the camp was wet with dew. When the dew evaporated, a flaky substance as fine as frost blanketed the ground. This is the Israelites were puzzled when they saw it. What is it? They asked each other. They had no idea what it was. And Moses told them, it is the food the Lord has given you to eat. These are the Lord's instructions. Each household should gather as much as it needs. Pick up 2 quarts for each person in your tent. What y'all reckon manna tastes like? Chicken? No, it don't taste like no chicken. I imagine it tastes like what tastes best. What it tastes like? Maybe like oat, like honey, like wafers. What y'all reckon? I don't know. I bet it's good. Hello, honey Wunny. How are you doing, dearest one? So the people of Israel did as they were told. Some gathered a lot, some only a little. But when they measured it out, everyone had just enough. Those who gathered a lot had nothing left over, and those who gathered only a little had enough. Each family had just what it needed. Cause ain't that like the Lord? He gonna give you just what you need. Okay. Then Moses told them, do not keep any of it until morning. But some of them didn't listen, of course, because we not gonna always listen, and kept some of it until morning. But by then it was full of maggots and had a terrible smell. Look, you could have left the maggots out. Good morning, dearest one. Fantastic, fantastic. How are you this morning? After this, the people gathered the food morning by morning, each family according to its needs. And as the sun became hot, the flakes they did had not picked up melted and disappeared. On the 6th day, they gathered twice as much as usual, 4 quarts for each person instead of two. Then all the leaders of the community came and asked Moses for an explanation. He told them, this is what the Lord commanded. Tomorrow will be a day of complete rest, a holy Sabbath day set apart for the Lord. So bake or boil as much as you want today and set aside what is left for tomorrow. Do y'all take a Sabbath day? Do y'all take a rest day? I was, and then I stopped, and then Padre God had got in my spirituals about it. And so I had to start back. So Saturdays are my day of rest, but I still be doing stuff. Daddy, don't be mad. I be doing right. I be just talking to the people now. Like I don't be doing a lot, but just saying, make sure you taking your time out to rest. It is important on this, okay? So they put some aside until morning, just as Moses had commanded. And in the morning, the leftover food was wholesome and good without maggots or odor. Moses said, eat this food today, for today is a Sabbath day dedicated to the Lord. There will be no food on the ground today. You may gather the food for 6 days, but the seventh day is the Sabbath. There will be no food on the ground that day. So work for 6 and rest for 1. Some of the people went out anyway. Why y'all so hard headed, spirit them ancestor Israelites, them? They is hard headed, ain't it? Hello, dearest one. Some of the people went out anyway on the seventh day, but they found no food. The Lord asked Moses, how long will these people refuse to obey my commands and instructions? They must realize that the Sabbath is the Lord's gift to you. So see that last day, we gonna rest, Daddy. We gonna, because you done gave us this gift of rest. We gonna do it. That is why he gives you a 2-day supply on the sixth day. So there will be enough for 2 days. On the Sabbath day, you must each stay in your place. Do not go out to pick up food on the seventh day. So the people did not gather any food on the seventh day. The Israelites, Daddy say, what you say, Daddy? How long? How long before y'all stop being hard headed? We ain't stopped yet, is it? No, we still be hard headed and not doing what Patrick God and told us to do. We be listening most of the time. We be listening, child. The Israelites called the food manna. It was white like coriander seed and it tasted like honey wafers. Okay. Then Moses said, this is what the Lord has commanded. Fill a 2-quart container with manna to preserve it for your descendants. Then later generations will be able to see the food I gave you in the wilderness when I set you free from Egypt. Would that be an amazing discovery? If people discovered like this quart of this 2-quart, was it 2 quarts of manna, this container of manna, because it would last for all time because the Lord said so. Wouldn't that be an amazing discovery if someone just came across that? Moses said to Aaron, get a jar and fill it with 2 quarts of manna, then put it in a sacred place before the Lord to preserve it for all future generations. Aaron did just as the Lord had commanded Moses. He eventually placed it in the Ark of the Covenant in front of the stone tablets inscribed with the terms of the covenant. So the people of Israel ate manna for 40 years. 40 years. Y'all, they about knew how to. It's kind of like me and tuna, huh? I know every child, the things that I didn't experimented and learned how to do with some tuna. Yeah, they probably knew how to cook this I'm talking about what? You ate the same thing for 40 years? Baby, it wasn't not now way they didn't know how to cook this manna. Did they fry? They was frying the child. They probably, I don't know. They had to do something with it, baby, because for 40 years, y'all was in the wilderness for so long. Lord, oh my goodness, that was so long, Lord. 40 years. That's a long time. Until they arrived at the land where they would settle. They ate manna until they came to the border of the land of Canaan. The container used to measure the manna was an omer, which was 1/10 of an ephah. It held about 2 quarts. The end. Was that 2 chapters? Didn't even seem like it. Okay. Whoo, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Look, it don't take long, 15 minutes a day, and you can get through 2 chapters of the word. True story. Let's talk about stress. And then we gonna see what kind of manna from heaven the Lord is going to provide us. Because I feel like that is so important on this. Even though we be complaining, child, the Lord still comes through with gifts. The Israelites didn't really want to be back in Egypt. After all, they had been slaves there. They just wanted life to be a little. Daddy, I do believe that you talking to me this morning. Because this is literally what I lit out my mouth, y'all. I literally said this morning. Thank you, I receive it. The Israelites didn't really want to be back in Egypt. After all, they had been slaves there. They just wanted life to be a little easier. In the pressure of the moment, they could not see the cause of their stress. In this case, lack of trust in God. Instead, they longed for a quick escape and complained to each other about their problems. When pressure comes your way, resist the temptation to look for an easy way out or to complain to those around you. Instead, focus on God's power and wisdom to help you deal with the situation at hand, because his timing is perfect and it's going to happen in his timing and not before. And that was the answer he gave me this morning. It's just like, man, because you can't rush it. It's not going to come any quicker than he decrees it to come. So you just got to wait on it. Just got to wait on provision. But he's still going to provide, regardless of how long it takes. He's still going to provide for you. God's provision came to the people with clear instructions for gathering and distributing the miraculous manna. Each family was to collect just enough for their daily needs. When out of greed or concern for the future, they tried to hoard it. The manna spoiled and they went hungry. God has supplied the earth with lavish and abundant resources for food, yet much of the world is starving. What instructions has God given us that affect our own needs and the needs of others? Consider how you could help meet another's needs by re examining your use of the resources God has placed at your disposal. Y'all know I'm all about resources, and even if you don't have like money to give, you can always give time, effort, energy. There's always a way to be a blessing to someone else, right? So I'm just saying, how can you be a blessing to someone else? I think as we tap in with spirit guides, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters this morning, we're gonna be looking at that in the vein of like what is God getting ready to provide us? What is He helping us to move on from? What is the provision that He's getting ready to bring us into our lives? What is it that we're getting ready to receive, what He's getting ready to do for us? So look, we had that card yesterday. So let's do it. Let's get to it. We tapping in. Let's see what the word is, what this morning's message is all about. Y'all like the live, share the love. I hope this was helpful. Make sure that you go and read this for yourself. See what additional revelation is going to come to you from this. The one thing that I know is that if you don't see yourself as these Israelites, I don't know what to tell you. I definitely know that the Lord will provide. Okay. He is going to provide everything that we need in the timing that we need it. Okay. So let's do it. Let's see what the message is for this morning, what we need to know. What y'all said? Child, yeah. Because sometimes it seems like that provision is slow to come, but it's coming. You just got to believe it. Here we go. What we need to know this morning. Tink. Let's do it. Look, I said that. Moving on. What are you moving on from? This is the Six of Swords. So what are you moving on from? What situation? What is it that God is removing you from? What have you moved on from that has opened up doors, new possibilities, new opportunities for you? So everybody releasing baggage, releasing emotions. Six of Swords is about things becoming easier. Thank you, Lord. Things becoming easier. So this is the thing we just talked about in these two chapters in Exodus. See, I knew this is why I was supposed to do this. Sometimes you have to let go of doing one thing in order to do things in the way that God is asking you to do them. And so you may be having to move on. True story. Y'all know I normally do this live. I normally do these messages in the morning time, or this a word in the wilderness anyway. But God said, no, I need you to switch the game up. And so sometimes it's hard, but it's so that things can become easier. Just like we just got done talking about stress, right? So things can become easier. And look, OMG. Y'all, we just talked about this, about patience and the waiting game. Hello, dearest one. I'm fantastic. How are you? We just talked about, like, look, being patient and waiting on what on God, what he said he gonna do, child. We literally just talked about that. So of course, usually the messages always correlate with the word that we just read. So, and we be tired of waiting, but it feels like, when look, come on, 62:26. Come on, Empress. We receive it. So it feels like we're waiting on things to grow, waiting on things to elevate and expand. And sometimes it could be a long wait, child. You feel like, look at this tree that's in here. You've already planted roots, you've already planted, and you're just waiting on the harvest. Okay. The Empress is all about harvest. Look, she even has the harvest in her hair. Her hair is like a tree. I ain't never really paid attention to that before, y'all. Somebody's abundant. There's like something, and y'all know she's all about creativity. She's about giving birth to something. Her heart chakra was wide open as well. So I'm telling you, maybe you're waiting on your harvest. It feels like it's locked up, it's held up, like it's just taking its sweet time to get to you. But whatever you're working on creating and building, you're getting ready to see those results. Tell you this is fertility. Some of y'all have had to move on from something so that you could create fertility in your life, so that you can have a true abundance, wealth, prosperity, and happiness as well. Somebody might be impregnito and you might be ready to have your little children. So you just gotta take that how it resonates, child. What else? Being patient. That be hard, don't it? It be hard to be patient, Lord. I ain't lying. It be hard to be patient sometimes, but we can make it. We can make it. What else? Inspiration. Okay, so this is creative ideas inspired. This is being inspired to do something new. Following those ideas, a spark of inspiration will ignite brilliant new ideas. It is essential that you are clear about what you want and follow your heart. So some of us, while we're in this waiting season, what we have to do is get very clear about the direction that we want to go in, what it is that we want to do. If you have too many ideas, that can give you a lack of focus for exactly where it is that you're trying to go or what you're trying to accomplish. So in this waiting time, child, somebody finna get ready to move towards and take action on some ideas that Padre God is giving you. This inspiration card came out yesterday. Options, okay, new doors, new opportunities. And I just heard go where the money is. Many opportunities are becoming available to you. Take advantage of every one. Let your curiosity awaken your mind. Opportunities are coming and going without you even realizing it. So just pay attention because you don't want to miss anything, is the first thing. Like there may be something, and maybe you're not even looking at it as being something that you would that could be beneficial for you, but it feels like some of y'all have new doors and opportunities. Some of y'all been waiting on some doors to open, and they finna get ready to open. This card always points out this big door because it's like a bunch of doors that have closed and doors that have opened too. So there are new doors and new opportunities that are, and feels like you've been waiting on this. You've been waiting on these new doors to open up, but it feels like it's happening. Somebody felt limited, like with this hourglass. It's like, I don't know if somebody felt like there's a door. Is there a door closing? They just said missed connections. So I don't know. Maybe somebody feel like the door closed on an opportunity or an option, something that you could have wanted to do or could have done. I don't know, child. What else? That's too many. I'm not taking all of that. Come on, the underworld and then helper. Somebody finna have some help coming in. Underworld. Find unconventional ways to explore new sources of income. This options. It feels like multiple streams of income. Sex, death, hidden knowledge, probing into the mysteries of life. If you feel like something, like, find out as the world evolves, so can your means of earning money. Like, don't be afraid to explore new opportunities. But it feels like you're getting ready to have some help. Some of y'all have put up boundaries as well. Make sure your goals are not yours and someone else's. Look, decision time. Mm-hmm. Look, you got to decide. You got to make a choice. You got to make a decision. And maybe you ain't gonna understand right out at like immediately why this decision is necessary, but somebody's getting ready to have new doors and opportunities opened up to them. Something's getting ready to be revealed. And this is in regards to creative projects with this underworld. Like maybe like you're feeling more inspired, more creative, more tapped in, more aware. Something. And Spirit and them said, what y'all said? Pay attention to what you're receiving. Okay, pay attention to what you're receiving because it feels like you have a lot of information coming in. You have your muses, so things that you're definitely that are coming through. It's coming through. There's like God ideas. Y'all better follow these inspired ideas. What else? Mm-hmm. Waiting. Oh, waiting on the door to open. They just said it's doors that some of y'all know that you're meant to step through, rooms you're meant to be in, and maybe you're just waiting. You're in God's waiting room. You're waiting on Him to open the door to allow you access. Period. What we got? We have regret coming in as well. They are having a hard time forgiving themselves for treating you poorly, much less expecting you to forgive them. Some of y'all could have moved on from a person. Maybe this person wasn't motivated, inspired. I don't know. Somebody's regretting the fact that, or this could be you taking how it resonates in your spirituals, regretting the fact that you moved on, let them go, or that they let you go, child. Somebody's in regret. Someone could have kept you. Oh, Lord, my goodness. Somebody could have had you as an option or something. I don't know. With these options out here, somebody's regretting. And you, I don't know, child, whatever they didn't do. Mm-hmm. Somebody wasn't clear. Now, y'all, the way y'all know this don't be one solid thing. Whatever they tell me to say, it so you just know this it's either for you or it's not. So take it how it resonates in your spirituals, and always take it to the Lord's anyway, okay, to see if that message is for you. Someone didn't believe in you. Like some of y'all were dealing with someone. This could be like a person that you were in a relationship with, but they didn't believe in you. They didn't believe in your ability to accomplish, or like they didn't believe in your ideas. And so it made it's like created what y'all said, created a like, come on, breakthrough. Look, I'm telling you, the lack of faith at the bottom of the deck. Someone didn't believe. And what was happening, and look at this light bulb, y'all, that's on this card, completely different card, telling you someone didn't believe in your ideas or what it is, like your ability to create a breakthrough for yourself. There was a lack of faith. And so as a result of that, that could have had you questioning yourself about what you know to be true, child. But guess what? Somebody did that idea, this bright idea on this light bulb that we have over here is creating a breakthrough. Somebody didn't believe in it. Maybe they didn't trust. I don't know, child, whatever this is, but you have it. You had an idea, or for some of y'all, this is about believing and having faith in your ideas because it's literally getting ready to create this breakthrough. Telling you, you got to believe in yourself, child. What else? That's it for them. They said you got to believe in. So somebody, for some of y'all, somebody said somebody's regretting the fact that they didn't believe in you, trust in you. They didn't have faith. They didn't believe in your talents and your abilities because they just said what some of y'all, it's like you're determined. So you're not going to stop until whatever this, you're not going to stop until you receive and create this breakthrough for yourself. It's like you had an idea, taking action upon it, even if it seems crazy, even if you don't understand exactly how you're going to get there. Kind of like the Israelites, child, in the wilderness. They didn't know everywhere they were going to have to go. They didn't know they had to, oh my, OMG, a lack of faith, y'all. We just got done talking about that. Like the Israelites not believing that the Lord was going to take care of them and provide for them, but he did. He provided. So some of you, God is providing not only like real provision, the things that you need, manna, in order to take care of yourself, but also inspired ideas. Look at the difference between these light bulbs. One is big and one is small, right? I hope y'all can see this good because I'm looking up here. One of these is big and one is small. So it's like, and for some of y'all, there's a small idea that's getting ready to grow, elevate, and expand. It's like this card as well. It's like some idea that you have, I don't know, whatever you decide, whatever you're working on or deciding to do, it's just the thing that you need to do. And it is going to be the thing that creates this breakthrough for you: growth, expansion, elevation. Expect communication. This is a spark. This is like a spark that's turning into like what y'all said, a bonfire. Period. Receive it. You got to believe in your dreams. If don't nobody else believe in them, child, you better. What else? Okay. Okay, let's get some 108s. Okay, what else? Some of y'all are moving on from people who don't believe. Child, it's time for you to build, grow, and expand something. Mm-hmm. Who? This ain't everybody message, of course. For some of you, you may have had like a parent or like your family member. Just know your people them, and it's not that you don't love them, but again, God only gives you the vision. He didn't give the vision to them. So a lot of times it's hard to explain to someone else what this idea, what this vision is. But make sure you just need to be able to explain it to the people who it matters, need to believe it. Like, let's say I don't know, you're trying to pitch an idea or something. I don't know, something like that. That's the best example they're giving me. It's like you need to just be able to explain it to the people who are going to help you to make that dream a reality versus trying to convince your family of what the Lord has spoken into your spirituals, baby, because you'll be all day trying to do that and they still ain't going to get it. And for some of y'all, this is about maybe the people that are around you as well, because some people they're not inspired. They don't feel like creative. They don't want to. They're content. Y'all just was talking about that. They're content with where they're at, what they have, and they're not looking to grow. So don't be trying to explain your ideas, your abundance, your creativity to people who aren't wanting to tap into that, because it's like they just say you're gonna be wasting your breath. Okay, what else? Come on, spirit with the microphone. Telling you news, trending, broadcast, expression, make known, public speaking, and look, the crystal ball at the bottom of the deck, social media, speaking up, being heard. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all are getting ready to talk about your ideas, like whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're getting ready to have to talk about it more, because this is clarifying this inspiration card. And it feels like, maybe you've been told no a couple of times, like with these doors they were talking about. For somebody, it's like you've tried to put something out there. You've tried to, I don't know, like maybe you've tried to work with people or explain your ideas to people a couple of times, and you had a couple of doors that were shut in your face, and those were shut for a reason, and now the right door is getting ready to open. So some of you may be someone, it's like you're gonna speak up, you're being heard, your message is being heard, your ideas are being seen. It's like you may not even think it, you may think you still over there hidden, but the Lord, he's getting ready to put your ideas on display. And it's about your, what y'all said, your lack of faith was decreasing your growth. So if you don't believe in your dreams, if you don't believe in your ideas, if you don't believe in your breakthrough, that can create a delay. It's kind of like the Israelites. The lack of faith is what kept them in the wilderness for 40 years, child. And I'm not trying to, no, sir, please don't leave me in the wilderness for 40 years. So this is about, for some of you, increasing your faith and knowing that God is going to provide the right opportunity at the right time, the right person, the right connections. So if you feel like you missed out on something, you did not. You simply maybe you had to take a detour, a reroute. We talked about that yesterday on a word in the wilderness. And I want to say, what do we read today? 16 and 17, where God had to take them on the scenic route. Israel's wilderness detour. This was in Exodus 13. He had to take them on a detour because God said, if the people are faced with a battle, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. I'm telling y'all, so that be us, y'all. If you don't see yourself as the Israelites message, I don't know. But let me tell you, okay, like a lot of times, if God gave us all the steps, if he told us, oh, come on, Lord, if he told us what we were going to have to deal with on this journey, the battles we were going to have to face, the giants we were going to have to slay, how difficult the challenge is going to be, we wouldn't go, because we'd be like, man, I don't want to deal with that. So we would choose we'd be just like the Israelites talking about, I'd rather stay and do the easy thing instead of doing the hard thing. So for a lot of us, that's why he had to take us the scenic route, because if you knew how hard the journey was going to be to freedom, because ultimately that's what it is, the journey to freedom, then you wouldn't travel, you wouldn't go on the journey, because it would be daunting. Whose ancestors name is this? Whose spirit names is this? Daunting. You would be afraid because you would feel like the journey is going to be too difficult, so you would give up before you even got started. Okay, what else? Spilled milk is the next card to come out. Regret, accidents happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Disappointed, let it go, minor problems. We can't cry over spilled milk. We can't cry over things that we can't do anything about. And definitely don't look, the convertible at the bottom of the deck. Many options. Don't sweat them opportunities that didn't work out, baby, because guess what? Many options are now getting ready to be presented to you. I'm telling you, many opportunities are coming your way. Take advantage of every opportunity. Let curiosity awaken your mind. Don't worry about these little, don't sweat it. If you missed out on something, you were supposed to miss out on it, because now something else is getting ready to come in. Many options, free will, adjacent possibilities. This is clarifying this options card. Telling y'all, some of y'all might be traveling, relocating. There are different alternatives. This is freedom. This is enjoyment, empowerment. 66, thank you. The dove just wanted to flip over. Lets me know I'm going in the right direction. So don't worry about the things that didn't work out. Worry about the things that's getting ready to, because something's going to get ready to work out. And you just don't, and it's about obedience. It's about you listening. And you may be, oh my gosh, I just looked at this. Spilled milk, regret. Don't look, you may regret like walking away from something. Maybe you ended something, but if you've changed something, if you started doing something different, I'm telling you right now, it's going to work out better than you think. So don't sweat it. Don't regret. Don't live in regret. You can let that go, child. What y'all said? Oh yeah, because something better is getting ready to come in. It's all about obedience and doing what you're told to do. That's it. What's next? Come on, well, okay, the well coming in next. Deeper meaning, hidden emotions, that go with that underworld card. True feelings, support, savings, perception, sustenance, looking deeper, provided for, provision. Telling y'all, we be worried about the wrong thing, child, and we finna get ready to be provided for. And that's all we have to do is just trust in that and believe in that. We have to believe. So some of y'all, you have unexpected support. These new doors are bringing in new support, new options. And this card talks about perception, and we talked about the lack of faith. Child, y'all better believe that these new opportunities and these changes and adjustments, and whatever you had to walk away from, was actually for your good and not for your detriment. Because this breakthrough is literally on the horizon. Like harvest is on the horizon. The Empress is about harvest. This is about you receiving what it is that, like, your growth, your hard. Look, come on, Lord. And look what just flipped over in the deck. Telling you, you could commit it to the cross, committed to the cross, committed. Telling y'all, when you commit to doing the hard thing, when you commit, the Lord is going to bless you. Sacrifice, down for the cause, let go, giving up, surrender. Heeding the call, doing what's necessary. One more. Mm-hmm. Whatever you sacrifice, because some of you had to walk away from some, like, this could be family. This could be people that you were really committed to and that you still have, of course, emotional ties and attachments to. And maybe for some of you, that was the most difficult part, walking away from people that you thought, whether this is family that you thought was going to ride with you through this whole ride, whatever it is, you had to, like, you down for the cause, you committed to the cross. So you have to do what God is asking you to do, versus even if it hurts people that mean a lot to you have to do what he's telling you to do. And everybody ain't gonna believe in it, but child, the Lord believes in you. So believe in him and keep the faith. OMG. I can't make this up. Keep the faith. It is, something is getting ready to work out so much better than you expected, because you're continuing to serve and do the thing that God has asked you to do. You can't give up hope. You can't give up hope. You can't stop believing. Got to have faith. Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You got to have faith. And we have knowledge that is coming in with the library, learning, information, hidden secrets, looking beneath the surface. Yeah, some of y'all, look, the checkered flag, the emptiness, the bodybuilder. Yeah, okay. Yep, some of y'all are learning a very valuable lesson. And this is in regards to, some of y'all might be learning how to make something grow, expand, elevate yourself with this Empress in the library. Mm. Mm-hmm. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. And look what's at the bottom of the deck. They said, look down and look. In OMG, okay, I can't make it up. So look, if they said, look at the bottom of the deck. So the first thing is creativity, and that deals with the Empress. This is all about your creative projects. Manifest it. Creation, passion project, believe in the magic, and inspired ideas. Then we have divine alignment, Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And then faith, like I just got done talking about, Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So you just have to believe in it. You have to have faith, because it feels like whatever you're working on, your creative projects, it feels like you're in alignment. You're in alignment for growth. You're in alignment for elevation. You just got to believe in this, child. Whatever you're working on, you already going in the right direction. You're in alignment for new doors, new opportunities. It's going to be some folks a little regretful because, again, they didn't believe. They could have jumped ship. That's what they just said. Somebody jumped ship. They got tired of waiting. I don't know. Maybe they thought there could be somebody for some. Somebody thought something was going to take off sooner, faster, but they were only focused on what a mess, child. They were focused on the benefits that it was going to bring to them, so they could have jumped ship. And now, guess what? Your glow up is happening. It's happening. You're in alignment with it. And now things are getting ready to pick up speed. That little idea is getting ready to turn into a big idea. Them light bulbs telling you. The Lord's Prayer. So all that's coming up is prayer, alignment, faith, creativity, community, the Lord's Prayer, of course. So something that you prayed for is getting ready to happen. And this is directly lined up, the Lord's Prayer with the cross and the Empress, fertility. So he's helping you to give birth to something, like whatever it is, whatever you thought wasn't gonna happen or manifest, you can change your mind and get ready, because it's happening. He's giving you the knowledge to create. Come on, Lord. He's giving you the knowledge to create with this Empress and the knowledge card. And then on this underworld, they literally just said, Jeremiah 33:3, call to me and I will show you great and unsearchable things that you do not know. And that's what they said. So you're receiving secret and hidden information that is helping you to elevate, grow, and expand. Okay. So that's the first thing. So some of you, you're getting creative ideas. These are God ideas. These are inspired ideas that you need to take action upon. Plant the seed, keep watering it, keep nurturing it, keep taking care of it, because you're going to give birth to something. And it's not going to happen immediately, but you're going to give birth to something. You definitely receiving wisdom, information, and guidance. I tell you that. This could be passed down, like your spirit TEA-ems, your angels are working with you to help you build, develop, and grow something. I don't know. It's all about you believing in it as well. Child, this good. Okay. Some of you, it's like being in service, right? Whatever you're doing, it may be very focused on service. So your breakthrough is actually going to come because you're putting others first before yourself. Remember, we talked about it doesn't always have to be financial. Child, you could be given with your time, effort, and energy. And of course, that is what the Lord wants us to do, to be of service. So something that you're creating, and when you're creating, it's always about, it's like, how can this be helpful to other people? Because you ain't creating it for you. So some of you, whatever you're creating it's about it's like a service. So you may have an increase or growth in your products and services, whatever you're putting out there. I don't know, child, whatever. What else? Somebody finna get a prayer answered. We have 1233. Your determination is paying off. Stay focused on the goal and speak your life into existence. So you got to keep moving forward. Whatever this is, whatever you've been instructed to do, you got to keep moving forward. Only you can create this project because it was the idea, it's the wisdom, it's your assignment, it's what the Lord is giving you to do. So, child, you just got to keep moving forward. And I know it seems like you're waiting a long time, and it seems like things are not moving. You wanted to move at the speed of this convertible down here, this car, but it's gonna move. It's gonna move forward in the exact time that, in the same exact way that it needs to. So just keep moving forward. They said somebody has to be adaptable. Like, make sure you're staying flexible, and don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be a don't you don't have to completely change things up, but don't be afraid to just experiment and try new things and see how that works out, because that might actually be beneficial. What else? Matthew 5:14, you are the light of the world. I told you this is his breakthrough. Mm-hmm. 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 Told you God's gonna put you on display. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. Period. Giving the glory to God. That's it. So some of you, I don't know, they just said turn your life around. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a breakthrough that's getting ready to come in. Look, 633 showed up anyway, and that was in the other deck. 633, the kingdom of God, righteousness, creating wealth and abundance. And then the number 88, endless abundance. Get ready to receive new creative ideas. Yep. Some of y'all, whatever this idea is that you're working on or getting ready to work on, is getting ready to create a breakthrough that's going to turn your life around. And we had 633 on the divine alignment card. So it's in alignment with whatever you're supposed to do, and it's going to be abundant. So I would do it. What else? We just about done, y'all, because this is it. Don't give up. Don't stop believing. Don't give up. Keep moving. Everything out here is like a scripture or a prayer, pretty much. Like, okay, so you just gotta some of y'all might need to just pray and ask for answers, ask for wisdom, in order to make, because they just said feeling stuck. This is all about a lack of faith. Like you gotta, I understand, like you gotta renew your faith. So I don't know, you may need to spend some more time with the Lord. Let tap in, let him talk to you, whatever's necessary. But look, wealth at the bottom of the deck. Bars, okay. And then we have success and connections. And they say it's like you have successful, you're making new connections. Some of you, this is about your connection with Padre God, of course. This says build bridges between people. This card always gives me the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is the bridge between the heavens and the earth. Contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. So that's why we can't be down here focused on the past. So on the past, I told y'all somebody has new connections, new people who are getting ready to come in that are going to help you to move in, to open up these new doors. And then you have guaranteed success that's coming in next. The path you are on will bring you success and prosperity if you just keep going. I need to call this that. Just keep going. Lots of little steps take you a long way. You're on track. Okay. You're on track to what? Wealth. And look, unfolding at the bottom of the deck, wish come true offerings, telling you you got to just keep going and allow things to unfold. So just keep going. Okay. You're on the path to success. You're on the right track. You're moving forward. You're doing what you've been asked to do. You have to have faith in your dreams. You have to have faith in what the Lord has spoken and told you to do, even if it doesn't make sense. Because sometimes it's not going to make sense. You're not going to understand, but just take the little steps, one step at a time. Just keep going. Okay. And Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all, hydrate your soul and things, drink your water, say your gratitude. Thank y'all so much for tapping in with me this morning. This is my first time doing a word in the wilderness in the morning time. So I'm excited to see where God is getting ready to take it. Baby steps, right? Baby steps. But it's all about obedience. It's all about us doing what the Lord has asked us to do. And then just see what happens as a result of that. And keep moving forward. When he gives you a step, take it. When he gives you an instruction, do it. Just be obedient and watch where the Lord is going to take you. Okay. I love y'all in real life. Y'all have a fantastic and amazing day in purpose and on purpose. And I'll see y'all in the morning, probably at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. Love y'all. Bye, y'all.